right, hey and welcome to Tech Tips with Older Media. I'm Amanda, and I got a quick tip for you here today. I wanted to take a look at the NiSi True Color, what do you call it, circular ND filter. What do you call it? We're real professional here. We're not going to do a retake, right? Anyway, super nice little filter. So what I wanted to test about this, aside from the fact that it just looks nice, they claim that there's no, what do you call it, shift in color when you use their product compared to other ND filters. And I thought that was really interesting because I did notice a big shift when I use, for example, the Peter McKinnon Polarpro Circular ND. Nice, really nice filter. But just real quick, I wanted to show you these. Now, I did this with photos to show you the color, but generally speaking, we use the ND filters for video so that you can set your iris, set your depth of field, and especially if you're shooting outside, you don't have to change your shutter, which could affect your video, or change your aperture, which could affect your depth of field necessarily, just to avoid the brightness of the sun. So you can get the exposure that you need and still have the composition and the effect of the whole picture that you're looking for. It's no fun to go out in the sun and have to move up to f-stop 28 or you know, f-stop 18 and lose all your depth of field just to maintain the right shutter to get the right picture. So if you do use a lot of mirrorless cameras and stuff like that, you don't have built-in NDs like in the Blackmagic 6K Pro or the Canon C70. These ND filters are really a must-have if you're going to shoot outside. And if you guys don't know why about the shutter thing, basically you're shooting at always not double your frame rate, but there's like a little math that you can do. But just for an example, if you're shooting at 25 frames per second, your shutter should be 50. If you're shooting at 50, your shutter should be at 100, but it's not exact. If you have a cinema camera, you can choose to use shutter angle, which will do that math for you. So you need to have these so that you don't have weird blurriness in your shots or weird motion things happening in your shots. Okay, but I tested the color. That's what we're doing here today. So first thing I did, I took a shot with neither of the filters, and then I took a shot with the NiSi set at 2, and I did it has 1 to 5 on the NiSi filter, and the Polarpro has 2 to 5. So just so that it's equal, I set it at 2. All settings remain equal except for in the original photo, because then of course I had to stop up the photo quite a bit to get the right exposure. Whereas with these, I could have the aperture open a lot more to get the right exposure. So there you go. You can see right here, this is the NiSi, and this is the Polarpro, and the Polarpro has a bit of a yellowy green tint to it. All right, and again, this one has none. And here's the NiSi. And again, here's the Polarpro. Can you see a difference? I mean, to me, it looks like it's a little yellower. The other thing that's really interesting about these two filters, I'll put the exact price up because I know this is the older Polarpro McKinnon circular ND filter, but I think I paid like 4,000 Swedish crowns for it. It's not a cheap filter. But this one here, I only paid 1,700 Swedish crowns for it. I'll put the American prices up here for you, or the dollar prices, so that you see. So for similar quality of ND filter, and without having any color shift whatsoever, this is a really great deal, this NiSi. The only thing that I might want to caution you on, I'm just going to try to take the filter. Look how nice and clear that is. Like, it looks so good. Here's the McKinnon one. So the only thing that you should know is holding these in your hand, this one feels like it costs more. This one feels, even though that's you know, metal, that's like aluminum. That'll bend under pressure. This feels a lot more like hardened steel. Like that feels like something on a Manfrotto tripod, where this feels like something on a pop can. So you get what you paid for in terms of build quality, but in terms of brilliant clarity and no color shift, this is a great deal. If you want to save some money and still have an awesome ND filter, this is the one. Also, if you don't want to have your color shift. At the same time though, if you don't mind the color shift, and even if you like the color shift in the summertime, I really like the color that I get out of the Polarpro. So just be aware, a little bit better build quality, slightly different color. I don't know how much you can see that, Benjamin. And if I hold them in front of my face, can you see like any difference in color? Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah, so you're gonna save a lot of money with the NiSi and still have a pretty decent ND filter without any color shift. Really is a nice filter. That's it. Quick review for today, and I hope you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and yeah, have an awesome day.